Okay. Hey guys, Anime West Reacts here is going to review my reaction to One Piece Chapter 1008, titled Ashura Doji, Head of the Mountain Atama Bandits. So the cover page of the chapter is Robin helping a horse fly like a Pegasus by giving it her ability. So yeah, we go to start the chapter. Treasure repository behind the tower. A shocking scene unfolds before them. Got Oden laughing, saying, "Can't blame you for being surprised. I was into the future by Toki's power. I'll explain the details later. It's a long story." Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, Oden is saying that he was flung into the future with Toki's power, which, yeah, would be something. But yeah, sorry about the pausing. So I tried to record this a second ago, and it didn't have old pages, so I went to a different site, and that's why we're here. So yeah, he's saying he was flung into the future by Toki's power, and that he'll explain the details later because it's a long story. Kinemon is happy, saying, "I see." Neko says Oden, and Neku and Kiku both say Oden-sama. Then he says, "We sadly don't have time to celebrate our reunion. I'm sorry I'm late. We failed to defeat Kaido back then, but we now have a chance, or have another chance to face him." Inu says that's right. Kawamatsu says you can count on us, and Izo says Oden-sama. And then Denjiro is just like got his hands over his eyes as he's crying. But then Ashura yells for everyone not to be fooled. This is obviously an imposter. Kinemon is like, "What are you saying, Ashura? He's right in front of our eyes." And then Oden says Kinemon, or Raizo says Kinemon, "Remember what Toki-sama told us." And then he remembers her saying it's impossible, and then I guess Raizo yells that it's impossible to return to the past. Toki-sama's powers can only send a person forward in time, but Oden-sama definitely died that day, that's a fact, so how could he possibly be here in the future? And yeah, Oden pulls out his sword, and Kinemon's like, "But," and then Ashura says, "I understand, I get it, but you gotta open your eyes, Kinemon," as he like punches him, and then he punches Kinemon and then swings at Oden and like cuts part out of his face and says, "See, he doesn't bleed." And then Kiku yells Ashura-san because he gets impaled by Oden. So yeah, he knocked Kinemon out the way, and then he says Ashura, and he's like huffing and puffing and says, now we know I'm no different from you guys. I wish he was real." And Kawamatsu's like, he says that and he's crying because, yeah. Then Kawamatsu says, "How outrageous, who's behind this?" Neko says, "Damn, we were duped, Ashura." And so yeah, Kiku jumps up, says, "But his mannerisms, the way he talks, he's exactly like Oden-sama." I guess that's what Ashura says, or someone says that. Maybe it was Neko or something. I'll assume it was Kiku all the way though. Then Izo says, we're the only ones who knew Oden that well." And then Denjiro is like, "So it's you, Kanjuro." Blah. And then he like, "Kakaka, don't be silly, I'm Oden." And then Kiku's like, "Ashura-san, forgive me, this is my fault. I was meant to take care of Kanjuro." Ashura says, "Even the sharpest sword becomes dull when pointed at a friend." This fight is Yeah, he says this fight is as personal as it gets. Bleh. Then someone says this is a drawing, where's his real body? And then it says Kakaka controlling this remotely is exhausting. And then I guess yeah. Someone says remotely, and then it's Kanjuro says, I won't live to see the end of this war anyway, I've already been severely wounded. So, yeah. And he says, before I die, I will plunge a dagger into the heart of the Kozuki clan. I am Kurozumi Kanjuro, and then you see him like running and laughing. So yeah, Kanjuro's after Momonosuke pretty much, because Denjiro says Momonosuke-sama is in danger. Kawamatsu says that's right, that voice from earlier. And said Momonosuke was with the Kunoichi. And then yeah, they say, or I guess Kinemon says, Shinobu, we have to find a way to warn her. And Oden, or this Oden imposter, like lights a bomb that's strapped to its chest. Ashura notices, or Ashura and Denjiro notice, and then it's like, hey, it's foul play to go. Yeah, it says, hey, Oden says, hey, it's foul play to go after a dying opponent. Your final challenge is here. Ashura is still huffing and puffing, says, everyone get out of here. You have to stop Kanjuro. He like tackles this fake Oden, and Denjiro yells, Ashura, I'm sorry. So yeah, Ashura tackles the fake Oden out the room pretty much, and he's like, you bastard, what a pain. To which Ashura says, your mockery of Kozuki Oden ends here, and then there's like a giant explosion. So yeah, the other scabbards managed to get out the way. You see all of them pretty much. Just, yeah, Kanjuro's sword and some kind of, maybe his body. So then you see Kiku's face, Kiku and Raizo, and their like reactions, and then Kiku, Raizo, and that. Damn it. Kinemon. Kiku looks like mortified, Raizo is like livid, and then Kinemon is just outright angry, saying Kanjuro. And then it's like laughing. We go over Kanjuro, who's laughing, saying masquerading as a Kozuki to destroy the Kozuki family before my death. What a fitting finale to my beautiful lifelong performance. And so yeah. And then Jack pulls up, saying that was more bothersome than expected. Those pests tried to stall me. So yeah, he says those precious dukes of yours, or to protect their precious dukes. So yeah, the reason Jack, I guess, took so long to get here is that the other minks were getting in his way. Inu says, Neko, Raizo, you two keep going. Jack says, you want to take me on alone, Lord of the Day? And then Inu says, we both sustained substantial injuries. I should be more than enough. And then he says, this isn't about, Inu says, this isn't about settling our grudge anymore. I can't allow a rabid beast like you to continue causing casualties. That's why I'm going to put you down, Jack. Everyone, I leave Momonosuke-sama to you. As everyone else like runs past Jack. Jack says, there's no moonlight in here. And then Inu says, funny, I was just thinking there's no poisonous gas either. They're kind of taking shots at each other. Then castle's on fire, quickly put it out. We can't let it get too big. And then someone's laughing, saying, idiot, how dare you double cross me, Kaido. roast to death. There's no escape up here in the sky. Now go to hell. Yeah. Yeah. Forget names. Orochi. Yeah, Orochi. So Orochi's alive, kinda not really too surprising. So yeah, Orochi says, I'll make him pay, I'm going to slaughter everyone, as you see Fukurokuju in the back, like shooting someone. So I guess they're running around setting the place on fire is what it seems like. Then we go to Momonosuke's group. Someone's saying, hold still, Momonosuke. He says, sorry, I can control it better now, see? So he manages to turn back to normal. So yeah, he says, Momo says, when I first met Luffy and his crew, I would turn into a dragon whenever I was startled or anxious. Yamato says, you sure startled me. That was similar to my father's power. And then, yeah, Momo says, if I could turn into a monster like that, I would actually be useful to the others. And then Yamato says, I wonder if Luffy is doing okay. I wish I could help him take Kaido down as Oden. And then, yeah, Momo says Luffy's worn out, but he's as high-spirited as ever. Shinobu says that's a relief. But then she's like, wait, Momonosuke, Momonosuke-sama, how do you know that? And he just says, and we go back to the rooftop where Luffy's like, someone says arg, and then we see Luffy. So yeah, hear noises like arg and yeah. Zoro or someone saying, someone's saying, how do we win against these monsters? So I guess, yeah, it was Luffy getting knocked away, pretty much. That's what the Ya was. So I guess Luffy attacked again and then got blasted backwards, since we see him like fly past everyone into a wall. And then Kid says none of our attacks are working. And so yeah, Luffy gasps and says they're definitely working. We've hit them so many times, they have to be feeling it. They're humans just like us. And so he goes against Gomu Gomu no. But then he like immediately gets hit back again. So yeah, and it just Luffy flying forward to attack and then getting knocked back over and over and over is what it seems like. He says, "Yeah, look before you leap." I guess Zoro says, "Look before you leap." And then someone's saying, "Honestly, after all this, I'm surprised he still considers them human." Killer, I think, says this. And Luffy's like, well, losing attitude isn't going to help, is it? And Zoro yells, you should help us come up with something. You should help us come up with something then. And then Law says we need to split them up. Zoro says I agree. Kid says, yeah, facing those two together is just hell. To which Luffy replies, if that's true, guess I've been to hell and back a few times now. Not bad. And Kaido in his hybrid form says, Straw Hat, your eyes never seem to lose their fire. And it says their eye is locked. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good chapter overall. So yeah, Oden turned out like to be a fake, which what a lot of people I've seen hoped that it wasn't just something like Toki sending Oden into the future or something. But yeah, they confirmed that in this chapter that yeah, Oden died that day. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews. Check out the links down below to my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. Hit that notification bell, like the video, all that stuff, and I will see y'all later. So yeah,